Hello, my name is Eric Wilson, and this is a review for our interactive um, usability for navigation systems. I don't have a Garmin. I use Google Maps on my phone, so I'm using the URL um, provided as well on the computer and recording using QuickTime. So that is a quick introduction. How do you find Google Maps on your device? Well, I go to search within Google and I put in maps, and there it is, Google Maps, you know, and the first thing that pops up at the very spot right there is me. That's where I live, and look what comes up on the left-hand side is my address. Do I want to share my address? Do I want to send it to my phone nearby or save? Well, why would I send my own address to my own phone? And I guess the best way to say that is, well, I always want to find my way home, right? So it's already been done before. I've saved it. But if you're wondering why this is an option in the user interface, it's there. I'm not quite sure I would share my address with anybody else, but let's say my brother's just landed and he's got a taxi at an airport somewhere and he doesn't know my address. He lives in Kentucky. If I share this to his phone, you click that and I can get a shorter URL and send that to him. I can send him this link. I can learn more about how to do it. I can embed the map. So here, we're just going over the choices before we get really into the details. We're just kind of going over what we're looking at. This is me up in the corner here. This means I have no Google notifications. The rest of it is really clean. It also gives me where I've been. It allows me to add something like a missing place and a label such as, home. Do I want to add a label? And I'll put home. Okay, and that's all I did is type home and hit enter. Okay, set home. This is going to replace your current home, including Google Now and Google Search. Okay, it gives you a chance to say, wait a minute, I've already done that. Let's not replace things just yet. I don't like, I'm a little old-fashioned once I start to understand things. Okay, this hamburger menu over on the side, okay, gives you a lot of choices. Okay, this one's new, location sharing. Why would I want to share my location? Well, I want my son just recently got a mobile phone. It's an Android. I want to know where he is, okay? And that's why we got him the phone. And we got this app, and it was called Life 360, and you can look it up yourself, life360.com. And all it does is follow phones. And so it's very kind of unsafe, and so we try to protect it as much as possible. He only has like my phone number, his mother's phone number, and grandmother's phone number. But this location sharing, I believe, is new based on the fact of the popularity of simple apps such as Life 360. But I mean, from the top, I'm not going to read to adults, but people might like the satellite view. I'm not one that loves heights, so seeing myself from this high up, not a good thing. But I definitely want traffic, right? Boom. Now what's happened? If you notice, the color, the contrast between the gray and the green did not did a really good job. You've got a little yellow here, but what that tells me, live traffic, fast is green, red, and then this is really slow, right? You can turn that off and turn it on. We really haven't done much. We haven't left my site. We haven't gone anywhere. Yet there are so many options under the hamburger menu. If I want to take my bicycle somewhere, what's the terrain like? If you've ever looked at a map and drove through the mountains, On a map, it looks like it's 5 minutes away. What you don't realize is you're winding your way up a mountain and then down the other side of the mountain, and it took 4 hours. So terrain is a great feature. Okay, and it shows you your elevation. I live in Florida, so it's pretty flat. And you see all the lakes that are around me. And I got live traffic still on, and I've got terrain still on. So remember, I made those two selections. I don't really need terrain, because again, I live in Florida, so I'm going to turn that off. Let's go back to like notifications, like a update. Where are the places that I like? And it, see, there's home and where I work, right? So let's go to where I work. Boom, that's where I work. And well, traffic kind of went away, didn't it? Or at least it seems that way to me. But it's got other locations. I mean, as far as the display is concerned, it's really well done. The contrast is really well done. The satellite option is there if I want it. But it's got everything around. I don't have to search for things, unlike I've seen in other videos where, like, oh, you want to find a place to eat, or oh, you want to do this, or well, then follow these steps. They've kind of taken that all away, for you and said, here, you want some food? 4 out of 5 stars. It's been reviewed. This one, same thing. Not a great place to do credit. I mean, just by hovering my mouse, it looks like Serious Sandwiches. Everyone loves it. Only 13 people reviewed it, but everyone seems to like it. But what happened to traffic? Did it go away? Yes, it did. Now we'll cover what we like and don't like about that as we wrap this up. But a place I visited a week ago takes me to a new tab. And it says, hey, you can explore your timeline. You've got user interface. I know there's another choice here. What is location history, if you're not familiar with that? You're in control, start exploring, go back. They've got, forward and back buttons. And if I just click off of it, I'm guessing, okay, that there's some way to get out of this. But it doesn't appear that way. Skip. It was right there in front of me. You probably are laughing at me now. Where was I Sunday? Where was I Monday in July 31st? Where was I Tuesday? I can click on that, highlights that. Well, we just got back from vacation. And boy, is that zoomed in. So let me zoom out, right? Where in the world was this? And let's say I want to know how to get home. Am I able to do that to this? This is really, remember, it's a new tab, okay, called Timeline. This is Google Maps. If I want directions to work, I can pick my location, which is always what I choose on my phone. And it gives you plenty of options. I avoid highways as much as possible. So, avoid highways. Of course, if you're doing that, don't give me an option to go on tolls. There's no ferries. And so by taking this suggested route, it's going to take me, right there. I mean, it tells you when to turn. You just mouse over everything. Here's my I guess one thing I'd like, and maybe that's why the sharing your location is new. See here, friends, and share their location with you. Okay, well, I would love to know where my son is, or my wife when she's coming home from work, which is way down, here in the southern Orlando area. Okay, well, I want to know when to make dinner because I get home first. And on the Life 360 app, she's somewhere right around here, forever. Is there something wrong with her phone? Is she caught in traffic? What's going on? I would like to see somewhere here weather, kind of like, we get weather thunderstorms every day at 4 o'clock during the summer. And I'm sure anywhere in the world, you've got your weather issues, snow, rain, sleet. So is that a UI function? Is that a problem? No, because of the way they've set it up. Because if it's new, it'll tell me it's new. It'll be right there. I'll know where to find it. I can even print this map because, like some people, they still like to hold on to a piece of paper while they're driving. I don't see the difference between that and texting, but that was the old way you did things, is you printed out your map. So overall, I give this, 5 out of 5 stars when it comes to UI design. I know people at Google have tons of, people working on things like that. But it'll give you a street view image, kind of, where are you? There I am. That's my home. So yeah, overall 5 out of 5 stars. And this grid box up here is a familiar thing for Google, and it says, where do you want to go next? Do you want to go to your Google Drive or Translate or some sheets? So there's navigation inside of navigation, and sometimes that can lead you down a rabbit hole and you can't find your way out. With this setup, it's real simple. Search the maps. You can search yourself. You can get directions once you've found the place. It's real simple. It's a map, and you put on it whatever you want. So instead of putting a ton of content on there that can be cluttered, you've actually got something that's familiar, such as buttons and notifications. And yep, it's me. I think everybody understands plus and minus when it comes to a map. Click on something. Now you've got its directions. Let's say I wanted to go to the Bank of America. Boom, I get there. Okay, I think I've gone long enough. So the overall experience of Google Maps is a good one, and it's even better on the phone. Again, I just wish they would include weather. Just overlay the radar. How hard can that be? They're Google. Anyways, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and look forward to working with all of you this month.